Hey everybody, this is the Resource Girl, and tonight, like I said, I'm always doing this at night. Tonight I'm actually going to talk a bit about goals. I imagine last year, December 2019, you were all excited for New Year's Eve, maybe you got all dressed up, you went out and celebrated, or maybe you're more of a homebody. But most people, the first week of January, really look forward to the next year. And how many people were so excited about 2020? Just 2020. I mean, it's like two complete numbers. My favorite number is number 10, and there are 4 10s within 2020. So for me, I thought this is going to be the best year yet. And boy, did I have some goals. If you know me from any other social media, on Instagram, for example, you can follow me at Resource Girl. I did like 5.5 years of trying to become debt free. And I made a lot of progress. But one thing I can tell you is that in 2020, I had some very specific goals because I had made so much progress. And if you know anything about Dave Ramsey, he talks about like the snowball effect. And once you start paying off one credit card, the next credit card, the next credit card, the next credit card, once you just really get that snowball like really running down the hill, rolling down the mountain, you feel that momentum, and then you can go to different goals, right? Because I had consumer debt, and I got rid of that, and then I had a little loan that I had taken out somehow for myself, and 2020 was going to be the year that I was going to totally pay off that. And I remember on March the 1st, I was so excited. I was getting a new roommate. The job that I had was going well. I had this goal to pay off that one debt by July of 2020. It was amazing. And then on March the 13th at 5:30 p.m. on my job, and I usually don't check my phone because I always want to be fully present. At 5:30 p.m. I checked my phone and learned that everything in my industry was shut down. So, wow. Yeah. So, here's what I want to say. A lot of us, many of us, have had something taken from us, either a job or a family vacation, or if we got sick, or we couldn't spend time with family members who were sick. Something has happened and something has been taken from us. So I would hope that you could get a piece of paper and you could write down all the goals that you had for 2020. And then you could write another column for the goals that you stuck with, that you went forward with, that you pressed on for. And then I want you to write some of the goals that you had, that you set aside. You put on the outside of your experience during this past year. Now, what I'd like to suggest is just maybe this global reset, this global pause, has a bit of a silver lining. And in my personal opinion, the silver lining is maybe some of those goals that you set to the side and you put over there, maybe they needed to have some kind of intervention, meaning there could be goals that we all have had or we had that we were pursuing, but that were sucking up the energy from the things that we really needed to be focusing on. So take a moment and reflect on that and ask yourself if even with all the loss, there has been a silver lining in how it pertains to your goals and where you spend your precious time and your precious energy. That's really what was on my heart tonight. Because I was talking with a friend, I actually allowed myself, I'm working on a personal project, but I allowed myself to step away from that personal project. And I went outside of the house and I did an adventure with a friend. And I was talking to her and I said, I knew how to work 31 days a month. And not having work may seem horrific, right? And it can be, and at times it feels like it. But today when I was talking with my friend, I was reflecting on the freedom of releasing that job that really was no longer really for me. By having that job taken away or that industry really paused, those things that I was doing that was kind of sucking my energy, it wasn't nourishing my soul. In this pause, I've seen the things that have begun to nourish my soul. So please take a moment to look at what you've been able to focus on and what you weren't able to focus on because maybe it was time to set them aside. And I can tell you that I have been working on this personal project, which I would not have been able to do if I had been working 31 days a month or at all. And I was working out. My boyfriend and I, we created the Beat the Virus workout, and I worked out like for 4.5 months straight in the house 4 times a week, and it was amazing to keep my spirits up. And then I discovered kayaking, which I would never have done on the Hudson. So when some things were pulled away, it opened it up to an expansive place to put my energies into things that nourish me more. So just ask yourself, what have you been able to do that you would not have been able to do before? Are you able to spend more time with your family? Did you take up baking? Everybody seemed to be making sourdough bread. That was like a whole thing at the beginning. And then people have just been baking all along, all sorts of things. You know, or were you able to like do a special diet that you wouldn't have been able to do if you had to go to an office? Were you able to make like amazing green shakes? Or were you able to pick up a hobby that you had set down long ago because you're in your house and your hobby is in your house? Maybe you work remotely now, but on your lunch break, you're able to stay right there with your children that you would never have been able to do before. So if you'll do me a favor, in the comments below, just let me know what you have gained in this time, this crazy time, this pandemic. What have you gained? Can you see a few things that you've gained? Because I know it's so easy for all of us, including myself, to cry over the things that we've lost. But what have we gained? Anyway, it was a great day. I got out of the house. I just want to leave with that. My friend, she gave me these little angel wing earrings. They're so cute. Can you see those? I love those. And behind me, I just wanted to show you that it's probably going to come backwards, but that is chalkboard paint. And it says 2020, a year of change, the virus pandemic, right? And I put that up there on my door. It's really cool because this is chalk and this is chalk paint. So you can buy it at the hardware store and then you can design anything you want. And I'm going to get ready to take this off and I'm going to put up like a Christmas theme. And when I do, I will certainly share it. And also I wanted to let you guys know that right over here is a very long list. I want to do 100 videos over the next several months. And so I've done a brainstorm about all the things that I can talk about that I think are positive. But if you have any things that you would love to hear from the Resource Girl on a positive note, I could probably take a request to talk about something that maybe interests you, because trust me, I've got hundreds of ideas on this list and maybe the one you want is probably on here already. Alrighty, so this is a short one tonight. Oh, and by the way, I'm wearing my favorite shirt again, the Shred Brooklyn, and I was in Brooklyn today. Go Brooklyn! It really is my favorite borough, even though I don't live there, but it is my favorite borough. So, anyway, have a great evening or morning or afternoon, whenever you happen to catch me. Please subscribe and put that little bell on so you can get notifications. And I look forward to sharing interesting things that I talk about, like the chalkboard paint and the chalk. I will put some links in the comments below so that if it's something that you'd like to do in your house, you don't have to go around the whole internet to find it. I'll find it for you. See you next time.